Hello, this is Notaspringchick, and boy, with one of the hot topics always is fuel, gas, and isn't that always something we're always excited about because it affects us every single day?
Well, actually, fuel was the real basis behind the economy meltdown in this country.
Oh, that's true.
The rising cost of energy is what drove people out of their homes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do I drive to work or do I pay for my home?
That's a tough choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the fuel that we're going to be talking about today is not only the fuel you need in your car. Well, I guess it's all kind of wrapped around it. But I went to the premiere of Fuel. Now, this movie, Fuel, was the winner from Sundance Film Festival for the documentary. And director Josh Tickle was there. Now, this one was kind of unique because we did the screening. You're going to love this. At a gas station. It was at a gas station, Conserve Fuel. Is it Conserve Fuel, Conserve Gas? It's a gas station here in West LA, which was opened by then Senator Obama several years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like the only one of its kind.
It really is, because I asked them if they were, they had other locations, and they didn't. That was the only location. Because here in LA, most of the places you get regular gas, and there's some places that have diesel, but we don't have, like Las Vegas has more choices for ethanol.
Las Vegas has,
biodiesel.
They have their ethanol 85. I mean, it's everywhere you go in Las Vegas, you can find the ethanol stations.
Oh, that's true.
But not in this state,
now,
which is green, which is unreal.
Oh, that's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
So here's the interesting idea. It says, change your fuel, change the world. Now, the director, Josh Tickle, he did this. He was a young activist, went through the United States. This was done over an 11-year period. And you will find some surprises in there as he researches when he's talking about using different types of fuel and the cost to the environment. And, okay, political message aside, there are some very interesting ideas about it. They are also in a drive to make this, because of all the cutbacks in education, they're trying to make an edited cutback version for 45 minutes to be distributed in schools. Oh
yeah, also TV, it's the right length for showing on television is 45 minutes.
And it's a wonderful documentary. He has gone through so much. When he talks about fuel, not only does he talk about the traditional fossil fuel that we're familiar with and we go to the gas pump, he talks about the diesel engine. When diesel was first started on, it didn't start on diesel fuel. It started actually as, now I'm blanking out on it.
No, diesel is the process.
Like peanut oil.
Basically, it was.
It started out like
that. I think it started out with well oil.
Oh, is that what it started out?
Yeah, I think it was well oil because that was what was available. They weren't really drilling a lot in the ground.
Now here's the interesting part, because we're commenting about this. Old Cam is a historian, so he knows about all of these different things. Old Cam did not go to the film nor see it, but I saw it. But he knows history.
The trick is it was a small venue to put this on in, and they only allowed 100 people to be there.
Yeah, so. It was a really, because we were outside at the gas station with the movie screen, and there was a truck. There were cars that were there. The Tesla was there. Yeah. Actually, I need to check, because Tesla said they have some new announcements, and it might be on their website now. GM was there with the Equinox.
Yeah.
And then there was a Mercedes there with that was converted to diesel.
Yeah, I mean, everybody.
It was diesel converted to like vegetable oil.
Everybody knows a diesel engine runs far better than the normal combustible gas engine, but the diesel costs so much more to operate, and the fuel is so more expensive that people simply are they're just not paying attention to them now.
Well, one of the things that I was surprised about is, and you can look, is it on Fuel's website? The Fuel Film. Is a lot of times people buy diesel fuel at the gas station. Well, you can convert those to be biodiesel.
Yep.
And depending on the model of the car, what year it was, a certain year, it's actually a relatively inexpensive way to convert.
Yeah, but actually though, conversion is, I understand, for any of the vehicles is a relatively simple process that you can do the conversion with, I think, screwdrivers and knives and stuff. That's how difficult it is to do the conversion.
And unfortunately, I can't tell you how to convert it, nor do we have the. Well, I'm not an auto mechanic.
No, I've seen it done.
Is it really easy?
I saw a guy on like the Discovery Channel showing he'd been running. He took himself a classic. I mean, you really think a gull wing diesel.
Oh, really?
And
a gull wing?
A gull wing, and he took and converted it over from the traditional diesel over to run off of, because he had a deal. He went to all of the restaurants and fast food places in his community, picked all the stuff up, processed it, and ran his diesel on it. But he simply showed people how to do it. Just a few steps for the conversion process. That's all. I mean, it takes longer to convert over to fuel than it did to convert the car.
It was relatively easy.
Yeah.
Part of it that surprised me is there was a lot of celebrities there, and in speaking with them, some of them are learning, some of them came to learn to be more green, some of them were already green, like Lisa Ling is building a carbon neutral house.
Yeah, which is ungodly expensive.
Oh, boy.
I mean, no, you admire...
That's quite an undertaking.
I admire people like Leonardo DiCaprio, who does put his money where his mouth is.
Leonardo.
Yeah, Leonardo. I call him because I did Family Ties, and he was,
you done Family Ties?
I did. Yeah, he was one of the last season. So, but no, he will put. I mean, this guy, he is the extreme. I mean, we're talking, he's got toilets that are green, he's got everything, and his house was built green.
Really is.
I think he has the platinum, he has the Leeds platinum on his place.
Probably does. I mean, as far as people, I would say, and Bagley Jr. and Leonardo DiCaprio are probably some of the top ones that really do focus on
Whereas DiCaprio puts his money where his mouth is, Mr. Bagley puts himself where his mouth is. Yeah. I mean, he builds a lot of this stuff that doesn't work because he wants to see if it can be done.
Well, I was quite surprised. Last night we got to, the night we had the fuel, was we got to see Peter Fonda, Mariel Hemingway, James Cromwell. Oh gosh, I don't have the entire list. The guy from Heroes. I mean, there were...
The Hollywood elite that are green were either there for this part of the premiere or over at the sneak preview in the theater where it was warmer.
Yeah, because I have to tell you, I was so gracious to some of these, James Kyson Lee from Heroes, that took some pictures because I'm taking pictures of him and he's literally going like this.
I know.
Because it was cold.
Yeah.
And it does get cold here in Southern California.
I know. Whether people believe it or not.
I know. But here's the important part. Fuel is in theaters now, and it's important to go out and support it. And because change is here, this is Be the One. But they have a list here of top 10 things that you can do now. And as you, we'll get to the reason for this.
Yeah, she's trying to get a low carbon footprint, which we will get lower by the end of the show.
Okay. Now the first in the top 10 is to alter your transportation. So whether you are carpooling, you don't drive as much. Let's see. Bike and walk, inflate your tires.
Yeah, actually, one of the things that we're looking at on the place that we're getting to work from is the fact that there are grocery stores and other things relatively close within walking distance.
Get an electric car or a hybrid, or get a diesel car and run it on sustainable fuel.
Yeah.
I'd seen one of the ladies. She is. I should have brought the celebrity list here. Anyway, one of the ones from Brothers and Sisters. I was really surprised because you're always curious because the celebrities are at a green event. So what kind of car are they driving and how green are they really?
Yeah.
And she was actually driving a 1980s diesel that she bought on eBay and converted it to biodiesel.
Yeah. I mean,
so that was cool.
Biofuel is a good idea that doesn't work, unfortunately. As we found out the other day, the experts have now said that biodiesel does more to harm the environment than it does to save it. It puts pollutants into the air, and you have to use more energy to produce biodiesel than it produces, and you take food out of the food chain.
Is that more for ethanol or?
That's biodiesel, period.
Oh, because I know some, and that's one of the challenges is, like wind power.
Yeah.